Gates Abrams, play for the Tonawanda Braves is how I know you. But kind of give us a little background. Is this where you grew up playing?
Yeah, I grew up. I live 10 seconds down the road, so like I was here every day as a kid. But yeah, this is where I played all my minors careers, a little bit of my juniors career, and now my men's career.
All right, so your minors career, was this turf when you started playing minors?
Oh man, to be honest, I don't even remember. I remember like when they did put the turf in. I remember winning a minors championship here on the turf, but I couldn't tell you about the dirt and the real grass back then.
A little bit before your time, or
Yeah.
before you could remember, anyways. Now, one thing that really I think sets apart, Native American players and Canadian players is they start playing box from an early age. What kind of advantage do you think that is for guys? I mean, your IQ, I think, is through the roof, but is that the biggest thing, or
I don't know. It's hard to say. You can't really teach. You can't really teach IQ, but you can teach like effort and stuff. So I think if you give like a good effort, you stick with it. You're bound to be a good player.
so? Yeah, literally just putting the hours in, all kinds of time.
Yeah, effort, like I said, effort's a big thing. Hard work, like listening to your coaches and stuff like that. It makes a big difference.
I can say on behalf of all of us at Blue Squatch, which is just me and Charity, we really appreciate you putting the effort in to get us out here and kind of shine a spotlight on this league. How cool is it for you to be in your hometown, but getting to compete against, honestly, some of the best players in the world? I mean, guys from this league were in the championship game. It's got to be amazing to represent your community here.
Yeah, like I grew up playing in the OLA for my like juniors career and stuff, and a lot of these guys are pro now. So, but honestly, the difference up there is it don't really matter that you have that pro name, that like the pro rank. Like they just go out there and give it their all. You could have 18 pros versus 18 guys that are just getting off the couch, and they're gonna give it to you, give you their all. So that's kind of where like my mindset came from, was playing in the OLA for those couple years, then just bringing it back here and hopefully like spreading it on to the other guys.
Now, I mean, that is a big thing. So it used to be everybody was always going up there to try to play for the Chiefs and play for that, which obviously the Chiefs are still they're the pinnacle.
Yeah.
There's a reason they are at the top. But I mean, how cool is it to see the competitiveness of this league grow and to now see a team from Six Nations that plays in the Can-Am League?
It's big. It's actually like really cool to play teams, different teams. Like I grew up playing like with a couple guys from the Six Nations team. Like I've won with them multiple times, so I know what they're capable of.
Speaking of which, so I mean, you started here, you played minors here. Give us a run through your kind of your career stats, all the teams you stopped at.
Well, so I played minors here till midgets, and then my senior year of high school, actually my junior year of high school, I went up and played in Niagara on the Lake for Randy Chrysler.
Randy Chrysler, Tusker Indian Nation, Turtle Clan. I'm the head coach, of the Tusker Junior B Tomahawks.
Great coach, I give a lot of credit to him. He kind of made me the player I am today. Um, then I came back here because school lacrosse around here is kind of like you got to be committed. So I stayed back home. I finished my high school career out at Akron. Then I played for the juniors team here. Played a lot of senior games that year for the men's team. And then after I graduated, I went up to Six Nations, played for the Rebels for 2 years. Stayed out there in 2019 with the Rivermen, the senior B team up there. We actually won the President's Cup that year, probably the best year of lacrosse in my life. I got a lot of games in with the Chiefs too, so like that was some great experience. And then COVID kind of happened, and here we are.
So I mean, how cool is that for you? So you're playing for the Chiefs, representing the Tonawanda Nation. So anybody who doesn't know, this is the only facility, at least in the Can-Am, where you play outdoors. If it's raining, you're getting wet. We've seen that affect the Grand River Warriors goalie last week. Like you could tell he'd never used a stick like that in the rain. Like that got wet and it was giving him a hook. I mean, how cool is it to represent this small nation up there and really getting to play with the best of the best?
Yeah, honestly, it it was like a big accomplishment at the time, being like one of the first couple to do it. But I have like really close friends that have done that stuff elsewhere. Larson Sundown plays for Ottawa in the NLL. You know, he was winning Mintos, and now he's winning Man Cup with the Chiefs. Like, you know, those guys were doing it too the same time. You know, I'm glad they went farther with it and stuff. The great players. Owen Hill won a Minto at like age 16, Minto MVP. So, you know, it was a big accomplishment at the time.
Yeah, absolutely. And like as you're going through these names, I know the guys from this, and I love it. Like Owen Hill, to watch you guys play together with Waylon and the whole group. I mean, there's a very unspoken communication. I mean, how many years have you guys been playing together?
Owen and Waylon are actually a couple years, 2 or 3 years younger than I am, but they were playing. Owen actually, when we were younger, through minors, he would always play up with us. So like we've been playing with him for, you know, since we were little. Waylon's actually 2 or 3 years younger than I am. We actually share a birthday. We're both born on December 22nd. But yeah, me and Waylon just became like super close through sports, and then like best of friends. So, you know, we're always in sync, either here.
Back the other way go the Braves. Waylon Abrams buries it.
Or on the basketball court, or even just hanging out, you know?
Yeah, you can't really buy those relationships. That's one thing you see with a lot of teams. If you're bringing in players, they don't always have that chemistry. I do love seeing it here. I mean, it's just, there's nothing like it. If you've never been to a Braves game, it's worth driving to. I mean, how cool was it last year to host that game? And you guys were very competitive in the first game in the finals, and then it kind of got away, but it looks like you guys took that personal. You, Owen, everybody's in great shape this year. Like you watch, everybody's flying.
Oh yeah, you know, we had a great team last year, and Allegheny had a great team as well. But they outran us, you know. They're very physical, so this year we kind of took it upon ourselves as, you know, leaders, captains. Art, actually, one of our coaches, he got
Art Jonathan, Tonawanda, assistant coach of the Braves.
us in the gym, hired a trainer for us, so we're working out at least once or twice a week, and then a lot of us just stuck with it and did it daily, and yeah.
I mean, that's one of those things in men's league lacrosse. You got to come in shape. You can't expect to do that at the practices. I mean, you're working on other things.
Yeah, so you know, it's funny because like I was actually like at my worst last year size-wise, but I also made a lot of jokes, not realizing that I was the same guy. But like around here, you know, it's all fun here. Everybody jokes around, you know, we kind of bicker and stuff at each other, but that just shows that like how much we care about winning. As for like the in shape stuff, you know, we always say that round's a shape, right? But you know, I think it was just time to actually get in shape, to prove that, you know, we can run with the best.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't see any reason you can't. You guys have so much talent. So one big thing I notice out here is you always have people at this facility. Like literally there's parents showing up at dark, laying on the horn, telling the kids it's time to go home. I mean, it's really more of a lifestyle. Could you kind of explain like just the culture of it as far as how you guys do it? As it's more of a, instead of sitting around, you know, parents throw you outside, you're playing with a stick. It's just what you guys do.
Yeah, so basically it's all the love of the game. You know, I was always going to the men's practices when I was younger with my uncles. My dad didn't really play, so my uncles, my cousins, you know, they would pick me up, and it'd be like Owen and Chauncey were always there as well, because their dad Raj always had something to do with the team. So, you know, it's all just love of the game. We just loved being in the box. You know, all the older guys on the team then would, you know, just treat us like their own. So it was always just a good feeling being around the box all the time.
So, I mean, how cool is it though? So like you guys do something and then literally in between the periods, this doesn't happen anywhere else that I'm aware of. where it's a free-for-all out here. The kids just throw a helmet on, and as long as they have a helmet on, basically the rule is have as much fun as you want until the men come back out. I mean, that means so much to these kids. You'll see them out here like trying to do the stuff you guys did in between the periods. How cool is it now to be on that other side looking and watching these kids that are trying to emulate what you guys are doing?
Yeah, honestly, it's pretty cool to watch. You know, a lot of those kids are my cousins, my little brothers. I always just want what's best for like them and their lacrosse careers, you know. So, like for a while here, I wanted my brothers to be better than me, you know. Like I still want them to be better than me, but you know, not everybody can be the same caliber players. You know, my mom says that to me all the time. If I get mad like at my brothers because I know they should be doing this and that in a game, she says we all can't be like you. So like I guess I don't know. She kind of, sometimes I take it as an insult, sometimes I take it as a compliment, but like I just want what's best for like all these kids around here. So for a while I would tell a lot of them, you know, go play OLA, go play a year of junior B, junior A up there, and like see what kind of player you become. It'll make a big difference. But now like the quality of lacrosse on this side of the border is actually becoming like really well. There's a lot of great teams. Like obviously we can see with like, you know, Allegheny, like those guys came out of nowhere a couple years ago. Even here, you know, we're scraping at the bottom of the barrel for a couple years, and then after COVID, you know, we kind of became one of the powerhouses in the league, I guess. But it's great lacrosse.
I mean, how cool is that? So basically, for anybody who doesn't know, COVID shut down lacrosse the entire box season. Like everybody lost a season. So you guys all kind of came home, and it seems like from there, you just decided instead of traveling to play for these Canadian teams, you know, on the other side of the border, you were going to really, you know, build up these hometown programs and kind of go for it. And now, I mean, Allegheny last year at the Founders Cup is President's Cup, I get them confused sometimes, is really, you know, doing things. You guys are beating Onondaga, which is a huge thing. Not everybody realizes what a powerhouse they've been for years. So, I mean, just to see the change in the league coming out of COVID, what's that been like?
Honestly, it's like I was telling my one buddy, like lacrosse is all about money now. It sucks, you know, because it kind of takes away from some of the other teams that like just play for the love of the game, you know. We actually had a game with like our Onondaga has always, since I've been growing up, has always been like the same guys, you know, the same age group. They never, like the Thompson brothers played there, but they're from there, you know. So, but now like Newtown, you know, those guys, that team is just full of hometown guys that play really well together, you know. So money isn't like the biggest thing now, I guess, around in this league, but it's all about like chemistry, you know. Like I said, Newtown they're still one of the best teams in the league, have been since I was a kid, and like they just play really well together.
Yeah, I mean, that is a group, like you said, they're very localized, but that's something you guys do as well. A program like Onondaga, where a lot of their guys are going up to play junior A, like it affects the program as you're losing guys like that. I mean, that really is a statement to the commitment of a lot of the guys in this program, though. I mean, you guys really are still getting after it with big numbers, though. I mean, you guys, it's going to be tough getting down to an 18-person roster.
Yeah, so I, you know, we don't have a junior A program on this side of the border, so it's always best to go play the best lacrosse. Junior A at that age level is the best lacrosse, and that's, you know, where a lot of the analog guys come from. You know, a lot of them played junior A their whole careers, so like it's good to see guys from around this area go and play like that type of lacrosse and get the experience, you know, they deserve.
Yeah. No, and it is great to see guys succeeding from these leagues. It's one of the big things we're hoping to accomplish is getting guys pushed up. But it does just put you in a tough spot of rebuilding and constantly trying to, you know, refill your numbers as your top guys are heading out to, you know, to really test themselves in those leagues.
Yeah, so after COVID, or not even after COVID, like it's always been a plan of mine to come back here and, you know, hopefully try and change the culture of the Braves organization. You know, I just remember, them fighting all the time and stuff like that, which, we live in the penalty box as a team now, but
It's definitely cost you a few games.
yes, but it's definitely like, it feels great. So yeah, like after COVID, I decided to stay home, closer to home, and try and turn this program around. And I'm not taking credit for it by any means, but because there's more than just me, more than just like a couple other guys. It took a group to get all these guys here, and now we have guys who want to come and play here. Like they seen last year what we were capable of, the opponents we had to play. Like in like that championship series with Allegheny, those guys, that team was unbelievable. So we got a lot.
You've become a destination, a place where people want to be able to say, I made that team, I played on that team. To say I am a starter. So yeah, I've definitely seen you guys are a destination. I don't have the experience with what it was like before. So since I've been around, it's just been you guys on that upswing going. But there's so many guys, Roger Hill, Nate Blue Eye, who doesn't get any credit, but sits and deals with all of the frustration that is organizing this, getting the nets out here. I mean, it really does take a village, which is something that I think is lost on people if you don't go see the game in person and really see what it's like. I mean, the way you've got the bleachers, you've got the elder section on the other end where you guys are playing offense. There's no place like this. So yeah, to be able to watch, and we filmed the NAMLA championships. How cool is that to just see like how successful the program is becoming, and now guys want to stay and play?
Yeah, so I have a lot of good friends that played elsewhere. We got a couple guys from the Tusky team that went to President's Cup a couple years ago. Those guys are just good friends. Like sometimes we won't even talk lacrosse. We'll just be hanging out, golfing, going here, going there. It's just the friendships that brought a lot of these guys together, and then like their friendships, like they bring in their friends, and then those guys become instantly, I don't even want to say friends, I just want to say family, because that's how tight this group is. We do a lot together, not even on the floor. We're constantly eating out together. Art brings in the food truck after practice. We'll sit there and just shoot the shit. And
oh yeah, it's everybody's hanging out. When I leave the parking lot, it's just a handful of players that are still left, and there is nobody else here. Like even all the staff's gone home, and you guys are like you said, it really is a family. Everybody's hanging out in a circle, talking about the game, talking about what we're doing as you're moving forward. It is a lot of dedication. That being said, so other than the Braves, a lot of you guys play on these tournament teams and go to Lax 9, and that's where like some of these relationships, you guys have been winning championships together for quite a few years.
Yeah, I mean obviously tournament championships are way different than winning like a President's Cup,
100%,
even a Can-Am championship. But yeah, just building the friendships. Like I talked about chemistry earlier, that's also a big thing. So like our tournament team, we try and get like the same core guys, 12, 13 guys, and then build it around with other great players. But 10 of those 13 guys are from here, like they're on the team this year. So like I said, chemistry was a big thing. We also always pick up a couple guys from Allegheny, the Whitcomb brothers, Kobe and Amos. Like those guys are really, really good friends of mine. So, as long as we can just go out there and have some fun and win while we're at it, nothing beats that.
Yeah, no, 100%. The family, I do love it. The Whitcombs, I don't know how you could not like them, though. I mean, honestly, they are just like the nicest people every time. Yeah, Kobe, like he goes out of his way to make sure he says hello every time.
Yeah.
There's so many people like that, and it really is a family affair, and you can see these bonds. I love watching the tournament teams just as much as for us, it's almost more exciting because we get to watch it nonstop. But like you said, it's not the same as winning the Can-Am. To be able to win it, to go up and be competitive in the President's Cup. To know you were so close, though, and now to watch the younger guys like stepping up, like Waylon, like you said, he's a few years younger than you, and to now see these guys stepping up to scoring goals and really being able to finish, that's got to be an awesome feeling. And now you're kind of more of a you're setting guys up more and less driving to the net and feeling like you have to finish. You're really dishing it out very well, at least in that first game. I mean, how is that transition been?
Honestly, like Waylon's been playing here for for some years now, so I wouldn't really say he's a younger guy, you know, but there also is some younger guys on our team that really stepped up. I mean, my brother, he decided to stay home this year. He could have went, you know, played anywhere last year juniors, but he decided to stay home. Had some family troubles at home, so you know he decided to stay home, stay closer to home. You know, stuff like that builds, you know, that pulls the team closer together. You know, I hate saying that because it's, you know, family stuff, but like bringing in the younger guys like that want to play here, you know, see how good and competitive we could be, and then adding them, it just makes it even better.
Yeah, I mean, that being said, I've actually heard from quite a few guys, especially you guys are located like just outside of Buffalo. So you're really competing with these kids, trying to keep them out of, you know, the inner city troubles. And like, you know, having this as an outlet is such a big thing. And I mean, the community support without that would be huge. No, I've heard that from so many of the people here, is that's why they really try to set such a good example out here on the floor. And it's really been a point of emphasis for the community, is, you know, giving these kids an outlet, something they can be proud to play at, something, you know. So yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. I feel like.
Yeah. So like this box is open, you know, as long as it's nice out, the lights are on, the doors are open. There's always kids here. You know, we have community goalie pads laying on the floor right now as we talk. But you know, it's great to see kids here, you know, all the time. You know, I don't want to say our res is like one of the quietest, but you know, there's not that much drama. You know, we're such a small community. You know, everybody tries to stay out of trouble around here sometimes. But you know,
unless it's on the floor, then
yeah. But we all know how the life is around here. You know, all these kids are pretty close. You know, they always got a stick in their hand, or
yeah. I mean, they ride 4-wheelers and stuff down here. It's different than what most people are used to. There really is always a pile of kids here with the lights on. I've never stayed late enough to see when they shut them off. So I mean, yeah, 100%. You guys. That the town has done a great job, and it's the environment. You guys really have built a great environment around here.
Yeah, I'm sure, you know, all the other reses do it too, but they have arenas where, you know, there's a lot of other commitments in there, so they don't, like here it's just a lacrosse field. You know, you could come here at 7 a.m. or a lot of the kids have the lights on till like midnight, you know. So it's always good. It's always good to have this, especially when you only live, you know, 30 seconds up the road.
Yeah, and they're not, like you said, they're not competing with other things. They're not having to worry about it being unlocked to get into. Like the door's always open. Like, yeah, I did not. I laughed. First thing I said is I called my wife when I got here, and I was like, "There's a set of goalie pads laying out," and you're like, "Oh yeah, those are just the community pads. It's nice out, so they leave them." Yeah, I was like,
those are yours before the game.
Yeah. All right. Hey, thanks so much, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.